So James Wiseman, the former number 2 overall pick, and Troy Weaver's number 1 on his big board, has mostly failed to live up to the hype. But as of recently, he's been getting some run. He even got in that surprise move where he was playing over Marvin Bagley. I believe it was after the Indiana game where Marvin Bagley looked really engaged defensively, even had 3 blocks against him. Marvin Bagley doesn't play. So do you think that they're just showcasing James Wiseman and they wanted to make a trade for him? Or is Monty still trying to figure out who's who on his team?
So when we were playing Washington, I thought about that because like they've been linked to trading for James Wiseman for a couple of months. Like a lot of national radio shows have been saying like, why not go get Wiseman on the cheap? Because they're rebuilding too. But then I saw like a couple of games where he was like getting more minutes than Marvin Bagley, and Marvin Bagley has played phenomenally this year. Like he's played really well. I don't know what Bagley did to get in the doghouse. I really don't. But I think what Monty said is like, I just want to, give him a fair run. I want to, see what he has. And like, if that's the case, fine. But I just don't like that Marvin Bagley has to have his minutes basically cut in half. And he's one of your better scorers on the team right now. Like he's one of your more reliable, go-to guys off the bench, and he's been playing pretty good defense this year too.
Games he had played at least 10 minutes or more starting in game 1 all the way through game 16, and then against Washington he did not play, and then against the Lakers he had 14 minutes against the Knicks, which he really didn't do much. He had 12 points combined in those 2 games with 5 rebounds. And then Cleveland, he only played 6 minutes. And that's a team that has 2 bigs, where we could have used his size. James Wiseman, he didn't play in that game either, and he didn't play against the New York Knicks, which again is kind of interesting because they play 3 bigs. 2 of them start in Mitchell Robinson and Julius Randle, but then they were giving Isaiah Hartenstein some run too. I just don't know what they're trying to do. It's still really confusing to me. I don't know if they're trying to showcase James Wiseman. I think his reputation around the NBA is this is a guy that hasn't lived up to the hype. He doesn't have what it takes to be the number 2 overall pick. Why would we waste a trade on trying to bring him in? That's what I think most people think about James Wiseman. He does show some flashes of being really talented, but for the most part, he's just so underwhelming. He's like Killian to me. They're not the same. I just don't think there's much of a trade market for either of them. And I think even James Wiseman being the former number 2 overall pick, a 7-footer that can run the floor, which is really interesting. It's just many teams just aren't interested in this guy. I would be surprised if they could trade him.
Yeah, like some people were like, because I was reading some comments on Twitter about this because that's where I actually got the topic from. And I was like, you know what? Like if you're trying to like make James Wiseman available, why not just kind of keep him like the mystery box? Like keep him on the bench. Like you're playing him and showing teams like, yep, this is the James Wiseman experience. And it's not his fault, man. It really isn't. He's been injured the past, 3 years throughout his career. Hasn't really got a whole lot of opportunity, but there have been some bright spots with him. I mean, he's trying to block shots. His touch around the rim isn't like elite. It's like average. No center on this team can set a pick, and it drives me crazy, but that's another topic for another day. I think the last center to set a pick was Andre Drummond on this team, and Andre Drummond's been way removed from this team, but hey, maybe we trade for him with the Bulls. Never know. But I don't know, man. Like if they are showcasing him for trades, why not just keep him on the bench and kind of keep it like a mystery?
Yeah, I'm just so tired of not. I finally fell in love with Marvin Bagley, and at the point too where I was going to yell out that we won the trade again, but did not play, and then not getting very many minutes against Cleveland, and then choosing not to play him against I think Indiana in the final minutes of that game when outside of Durn, he's your most explosive big. that can finish around the rim. It's just all weird to me. This season is so confusing.
Yeah, like I don't get it. Like I get that, he's like the third string center and he's not getting any playing time. Like if that's the case, like I know I'm not saying that the G League is a demotion by any means, but like go send them down to the Crews. Like the Crews are playing like wing basketball right now, and they're one of the best teams in the G League. Like go give him some run with the Motor City Crew so he can get some reps, so he can stay in game shape. Because like most he's probably doing is practicing with the team every day and just sitting on the bench. Like let him get some playing time with the G League. Like I'm a firm believer, like you send him down to the G League, maybe he can work on his game a little bit more against lesser competition, but still dominate down there.